Sometimes, all a game has to do is create a very interesting and intriguing atmosphere in order to pull in a player like me. Once I saw the trailer for this game, I immediately added it to my game to review. Hi everyone, it's me Gwen and I will talk about Silt, a puzzle adventure game that is coupled with an unnerving setting and out-of-this-world enemy bosses. It has the same vibes as Limbo and Inside, down to its monochrome visual design and unsettling atmosphere. However, it is done not by Playdead, but by Spiral Circus, in which Silt is their debut release. The player takes on the role of a diver who explores 4 different worlds, which, unlike the previously mentioned games, are all underwater. While exploring, the diver absorbs the souls of divers chained to the ocean floor and defeats enemy bosses, or Goliaths as the game calls it, at the end to get their eyes. The goal is to get all souls and eyes in order to awaken a great machine. As you can see, the game's plot is not explicitly stated, and much like Inside or Limbo, the game shows and not tell, which leaves the plot very much open to personal interpretation. Not only that, but the diver the player controls has a distinct superpower, the ability to possess deep-sea creatures. This mechanic greatly helps the variation in gameplay, as each creature has its own ability, be it cutting ropes or smashing rocks. It also differentiates each stage from the other as new creatures and mechanics are introduced, which beautifully culminates as it gradually teaches the player how to defeat the last boss. Traversing through the underwater world is practically one puzzle after another, which is personally really fun, as some do really utilize the creature's abilities and encourages the player to explore and observe the environment. The difficulty of the puzzles is average, where it is not very straightforward, but it is not challenging to the point where the only way to get through it is to watch a walkthrough online. It is fairly easy, but in between puzzles, there are also sections that are more up-tempo, especially when there are enemies to be avoided. This is the most frustrating point of the game to me because there are moments where repeating a section over and over again because of surprise enemies is almost unavoidable. It reminds me of Little Nightmares where sometimes chase scenes are literally trial and error. Even more frustrating is most of the time, these sections have long checkpoints. As the game sometimes requires precise movements, this makes the controls a very important part of this game, which it passes with flying colors. Even though the whole setting of the game is underwater, which is infamously known for laggy controls, it is surprisingly good. I played it with a controller, and there's not a time when I thought that the diver is not going where I wanted them to be. I enjoyed this game a lot because I am a fan of puzzle games, and Silt is a marvel to look at with its amazing visual that beautifully sets up the game's ambience, which is just a joy to experience, and makes the exploration alone worthwhile. Basically, I recommend experiencing this game if you want something casual to play, as the experience is short, with an average gameplay time of 3 hours, which can be a turn-off for some, but considering its low price, it's within reason. It also helps with the pacing, as accompanied by the variation of game mechanics, it did not bore me. It is such a shame that most of the negative reviews of the game are due to bugs, because personally, I haven't encountered any of them except for one game-breaking bug which only occurred because I intentionally went out of the expected gameplay behavior. Silt is an atmospheric puzzle adventure game that is definitely not perfect, but it is still a worthwhile experience in my opinion. This has been Gwen from Eep's Hideout, and if you have played this game before, why not tell us your experience down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, why not like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you for watching, and bye!